Hi, welcome to this general live reading today. I'm going to be using Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco for the first sort of run, and then we'll see what comes up. If you're watching later, just flip or sort of forward to like the 5-minute mark because we'll probably have got going by then. Apologies for the last live that cut out. I will probably be giving an update about that in a minute. My hair straighteners blew up because I was channeling some information I don't think people wanted me to know about. So my hair straighteners blew up. We're going the old school method for the hair today. And if you know, you know. Yeah, if you haven't already watched the Kim Jong-un video, watch it. But the last live that sort of obviously ended abruptly was because my whole internet went out. And then my hair straighteners blew up. So yeah, they don't obviously want me tapping into that energy. But this is the thing. Usually when I get ready, I put my hair straighteners on this table and I do my protection and I protect everything. But the one thing I didn't specifically ask for was my hair straighteners to be protected. This is how silly it's getting. But anyway, tough. I'm going to still channel it. If you've been watching since... Hey, Kate, Jamie, hi. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Jamie, I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited from this order. I've literally was just like staring into space earlier, thinking of these Snickers brownies. But yeah, going back to what I said, because I don't know if you've just missed that. Hi, Luke. Hi, mate. How's it going? So apologies for the last live disconnect. The hair straighteners blew up. The internet got disconnected. If you haven't already watched the kind of Kim Jong-un channeling, because the last cards we got was the Emperor with the Ace of Swords, which is obviously where I went into the Trump information, and then I heard the phone call, didn't I? So then from that, obviously, we did the Kim Jong-un video. The guides actually wanted me to do separate videos on that, which is half the reason it did cut out. But the other half is, yeah, me getting information that I wasn't supposed to, as always. Hey. Yeah, so hair straighteners have died. I'm using the old school method, which this is, if you're old like me, you're going to know what that is. And if you're not old like me, I'm not telling you. This is super embarrassing. But until the new straighteners come, we have to do what we got to do. Yeah, so I'm using the Queen of the Moon Oracle. These have been calling me. These are the first cards we're going to use today. I'm probably going to do Virgo's reading today that's going to be uploaded later for the month of May 2020. But I'm also going to do an update to, I was going to say a swear word then. YouTube don't like me swearing. Bozo's update. Obviously, he's had news today, hasn't he? So we're gonna look into that. I mean, I don't even think you need to be psychic to understand what's going on there, but we're still going to have a look. Yeah, so I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're all keeping well. As far as I'm aware, everyone here is in the United Kingdom, as far as I know. And how are you feeling about lockdown still? Do you know, I personally feel like we are too... How have we gone along with this? Why did we go along with this? Is anyone else thinking that? Like, how are we so... Sorry, but how are we so stupid to go along with this? I feel like this is a really bad idea that we've just kind of gone along with this lockdown thing. I don't know. That's how I feel like my... Jamie, I don't know how you're doing it with little ones. Honestly, it's like... I don't know. I'm trying to put myself in your shoes. We was enjoying it in the sun. Now I'm not so sure. Yeah. What happened to the sun? And on my birthday, you remember those winds on the 20th? It was literally like gale force. I sat in the garden. I was like, this is brilliant. I can finally get some sun. And it was like gale force winds. So I couldn't really sit in there for too long. I thought I was going to get blown away. Yeah, it was weird. Right, I've got a couple more minutes. See who else wants to come in. Thank you for joining us, everyone who is here. And thank you for the like. Appreciate you. Kate, it's good that I feel like it's actually a good thing that we're losing touch with days and time, because again, that's the three-dimensional matrix energy that we've been programmed to adhere to. you know, going to school, regimented routine. That's not how spirit operates, which is why I find it really difficult to time keep, because, you know what I mean? And they showed me that the other day when they sucked me into this weird portal thing. Gale Force. Why did I have the emoji of Gale from Coronation Street? I don't know why I saw Gale from Coronation Street when you said that. Luke, is that a fart? Did you get your phone today? Oh, that's so funny. Kate. Yeah, I've positioned my laptop so I can't even read the comments. That's not really well thought out, is it? Gale in the ET. Oh my good, with the wig. With the wig. That's actually genius. Maybe I should put that as my do you know, I want to put that as my title screen for next stream. Now I want to put, in fact, what was the, do you know, if I could get away with it, I'd play Prodigy, Outer Space. For some reason I woke up today and that was the first song I listened to. It was really weird. I was like, yes, I really want to listen to that song. Buzzing, absolutely buzzing. But yeah, I want to do the ET, Gale ET for the titles. Oh, that'll be hilarious. Jamie, I need to do this. I've got all these ideas, but I'm not I'm actually more technical than Luke, which is not easy. It's not hard, but I don't know. I'm not the best technician. And my brother, who is like super IT geek genius, is a Taurus, and he's a double Taurus, and so he doesn't move unless he's paid or you tempted with cake, and I don't have any cake. All the food I bought, my other brother's eaten. Tune, oh my god, honestly, if you haven't heard that song in a while, that got me out of bed. I was like buzzing. I know it's a ridiculously stupid early morning song, but again, if you know, you know. Hello Joanna, hello, I hope you're doing good. Right, we're in 7 minutes, let's get going. I don't know why Keith, because he's passed over now, isn't he? For some reason I keep wanting to listen to that song. That, and there's a Pop Smoke song that I really like at the moment that I'm just listening to over and over and over again. Right, let's go. So yeah, oh man, yeah, I really wanted to use this Queen of the Moon Oracle card. So I'm going to start with the Oracle, and then we'll go into Tarot, because I feel like they wanted me to be using these. I'm getting major Scorpio Moon vibes off these cards, as always, but let's go. Oh, gratitude. Oh, look. I've just got goosebumps. It's our star family. Sorry, that was a bit over the top. Look, this is our star family. Someone is wandering around here. Someone's reaching out to them from their star family, but they're not totally picking up that is someone reaching out to them. It's like they're in this transitional period, because obviously when they talk about between the veil, we're talking about the curtain that is lifted between the seen and the unseen, right? Which is obviously the spirit world, or the ethers, or whatever name really you want to call it. But there's someone here that's super connected that hasn't made that contact, or doesn't think they've made that contact, but they have. But their spirit is saying this is in the dream state. They're saying it's for me, but there's also some of you guys, all of you guys. We're being replenished in our sleep state here. And it's interesting. It's like they're showing me someone being, what's the word here? Come on, Jar. It's like someone's tooling up in the sleep state and they don't realize it. And I think this is for everyone. It's like we're being prepared. We're undergoing a preparation. Now they're all smiling at me like this. Peace. Oh, look how beautiful that is. She's not of the earth and she's not quite of the ethers. She's in that perfect balance. This is what my guides would call the walking the gold line, which is where you are obviously in the kind of tree of life based on the Kabbalistic type of, you know, methods and theory. It is the perfect balance between light and dark, male and female. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of you're in the grey area, and it's not in a confused state in a grey area. It's an acceptance state. So if at the moment you don't have, oh my goodness, Luke, how weird is this message coming through? They're going, and at the moment, if you don't have answers, just bide your time and you will. Oh, so funny. 28. It's a 28 card. That's a number 1. New beginnings. I'm just seeing someone lifting a curtain and walking through it. Oh, this is going to be interesting this next week or so. Because we've got a number 5 card here, which is change, and then we've got a number 1 card. Yeah, Luke. Yeah, exactly. So this is about a change into a new pattern. I think there's going to be a shift here between a reliant on the physical and a reliant on the unseen that hasn't been done before, because people are going to start understanding and trusting a little bit more. Now, don't forget, we've got Pallas that's going into Aquarius from the 29th, which is today. So Pallas being that warlike kind of character, and obviously Aquarius, it's more humanitarian energy. It's more, worldly energy. It's that futuristic type of, because don't forget, Aquarians are the water bearers, and they are in complete control usually of their emotions. They can usually understand it, but not sort of be consumed by it. It's like there's a balance there. This is also what it's talking about, but there's also other alignments here, planetary wise. Do I need to talk about this now or later? Okay, so you might want to start looking into Solaris in your chart. If you go into astro.com and go into the advanced settings, I think if you scroll right the way down, the 3rd from the bottom is something about list of fixed stars. If you go into that and then you click in P for Polaris, because it will do alphabetical, but it comes up as Polaris, and then I think it's TAU. If you click on that, that's the North Star. Definitely have a look into that. Stacey, hi. Hey, Stacey, how's it going? Yeah, if you can, look into that. Now, from my memory, Polaris at the moment is currently in Gemini that's transitioning into Cancer, and it's actually it's going to be near the North Node. In fact, do I tell them now? They're saying no. Okay. Yeah. So it's going to be transitioning around the North Node. That basically here is talking about North Node being your divine mission, your soul purpose, something that is your focus in the now. Okay. And obviously there's a snapshot usually in your natal chart about how on a general larger scale what you're going to be here to do, one of the themes. But you can also look at a progress chart and look to see what the snapshot is of that energy now, because obviously planets don't stay stationary, they move. Okay. And they transition as well into different energies. So you can look at both the natal and also the progressed, and you'll get an idea of what is the overall theme of the life compared to what is the theme of now. Now, the North Star is a directional energy. It leads. It's like your sat nav. It's like your inner sat nav. So there's an alignment coming into play here over the next couple of months of people's soul mission. And this is what it's talking about, because this is the thing. If you're coming into alignment with your soul mission, it means you're coming into alignment with yourself. It means you're coming into alignment with your own balance. It means you're coming into alignment with your masculine and feminine. And this is the thing. In order for that to happen, sometimes things have to be sort of stripped down. Now, if you're familiar with the twin flame journey, usually it's around chakra energy or chakra points that are being merged, let's say. And there's different levels, obviously, based on each of the main 7 chakras. It's like a zip, when you pull a zip up and all the intertwining like kind of teeth locked together. This is essentially what's going on. There's an alignment, but it's not just with every one person. Again, you can look within everyone as an individual, and then you can look to the society to see the perfect mirror image of all that energy. It's actually very how do I want to say it? It's very 7th house energy. Libra, balance. It's very 7th house energy. And obviously we had the 7 sisters that were in alignment with Venus. So that came into play just before the 444 portal. So yeah, look. And I've just cut the deck. It says assessing and darkness. It's like, this is the total balance. Assessing and darkness, gratitude and peace. It's like there's this There's a weighing scale energy going on here with this. Do you know, it's really weird. They're showing me in the dream state, it's like you're going on this kind of observation deck and you're reviewing things. But it's interesting because that's the kind of energy that you would usually see in a life review at the end of life. The cards are actually stunning, Jamie. Yeah, and honestly, good call for getting these cards. They're really stunning, these cards. And there's something about the moon. I'm always like a bit obsessed with the moon anyway, because I feel super connected to the moon. And I just got emotional. What the heck? Yeah, so I really like how they've been illustrated as well. And as far as I'm aware, it's Stacey DeMarco, and I don't know who the illustrator is, but I'm assuming, well, it's photographs, isn't it? It's edited, but there's a purge. It's just a purge. It's like it probably looks in the outside that there's a lot of, I don't know why I wanted to say, I was going to swear, and then my guides were like pushing me to say that, and then they told me skullduggery. I don't know why. Very Shakespearean energy. I don't know why that would be a reference, but okay. Yeah, look, discernment in the reverse. There's, maybe you can relate to this. Can you see here? She's not quite tapped into the ethers here. There's a bit of a fog. It's like the mental state is there's a certain block to that. She's trying to cultivate the energy, which looks like the solar plexus. This is, again, there's something about a solar plexus upgrade here. She's not fully understanding the full force of what she's capable of in this card. Someone, again, and it's like they're just saying she's being led, but what is she being led by? Wow. Purity. This is the snow moon. Look at that. That's unbelievable. Again, we've got more people's eyes. Now, can you see? We've got eyes shut in this card. We've got eyes covered in this card. And we've got eyes covered in this card. There's a theme here, okay? If you're looking for the tangible, you are, and the seen, you're not going to find this information. If you have got anything you want to find out over the next couple of days, if you're in a situation where you want to understand something, don't look for it, feel it, because you're not going to see it with these, you're going to see it with that. And if you're not in alignment, that's not going to come. There's something about having the faith and trusting, because they're just saying all is not as it seems. What else here? Is it the final card before we go into tarot? I'm going to use the fountain deck today, I think. What else, please? Anything else before we go into tarot? They're saying one more. Wow. We've got the growth card here. Look at that. Number 5, another number 5, another change. There's a rebirth that's going on here, but there's someone is, don't be too stuck on the physical here. Try not to be too stuck on the physical, because again, if time is merging, if time is shifting, if you're feeling like time is slipping through your hands, go, sort of feel it out, kind of walk with it, Is anything in that flow energy there where you're riding the wave, as I said before, or you're in that flow or that surrender energy, you are then in alignment with Earth. And when you're in alignment with Earth, the manifestation comes a lot easier. I'm going to just put that out there. Oh, actually, no. Should we do crystal? They're saying not yet. What are we waiting for with these cards then? Yay or nay? Right, the new cards, they're not feeling them. We're going to go with these new cards are going to have the biggest anticlimax ever, because like they're never going to be used. Right, fountain. Let's go. The fountain tarot. Let's start with these. Okay. Let's go. Right, let's see, Spirit. What is it we need to be aware of here? What is the current situation? What is the collective energy, please? Only those Wow, bottom of the deck was the Tower. Resistance. There's some kind of resistance going on here. It's like, you know, when you pull weeds in a garden and there's a really, really restrictive kind of really stubborn weed that you're trying to pull up and it's not coming. This is the energy I'm tapping into. It's like a change is occurring, but people are digging their heels in. I'll be honest with you, this is so easy for me to say, but in reality, it's not easy. And I totally get that. If you're in this situation where you feel like you're very much undergoing a transformation, but you know that there's some kind of sticking points, okay, come back to it. Don't force the issue, because it's going to fit. You're going to end up having more restriction. If you're being restricted, then there's a reason, and just let it go and come back to it. All right, because if it's meant to change, it will. If it's meant to happen, it will. Pluto is in retrograde. We're also in the shadow period of, I think, Venus in retrograde. Which again, sometimes the shadow period, which is usually about 2 weeks before, sometimes the shadow period is the worst of the retrograde period. So bear that one in mind. Let's have a look. We've got quite a few planets over the next couple of weeks. We've got quite a few planets going into retrograde. We've got Venus, Mercury, Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter. And like I said in my Palace Goes into Aquarius video, it dies down a little bit and then flares up a little bit around mid-May. So, wow. What are you working towards? Honestly, what are you working towards? Because we've got the 8 of Coins here. This is about Pentacles energy. This is a tangible energy here. Look, can you see? He's building something. It's a tangible kind of physical, you can see it, it's there, you know, it's work, it's graft, it's the physical kind of manifestation of what your efforts are. All right, but it means there's work, it means that there's emotion, it's like you're set in motion. And obviously the next card, which is the 9 of Coins, is about manifestation. It's that abundant energy, but it's also it's a closure of a cycle, which is around the physicality of Pentacles, which is money, you know, goods, that kind of thing. Someone is in the middle of doing something where they're trying to push something through here, but there's resistance. We've got the Devil and Death. Now, the Devil can be obviously sort of certainly a little bit codependent energy, a little bit sort of naughty. Obviously, you know, anything that isn't good for you really is the devil. Anything that is like maybe sort of excesses of things, food, drink, alcohol, sex, gambling, reliance on another individual, attachment, anything that is of a low vibrational nature essentially is the devil. Okay, but there's a death. So we're being pushed to purge all the lower energy vibrations of ourselves, because they don't serve us as we move forward. They actually hold us back. There's a little bit of a hindrance energy here, but there's a resistance, as I mentioned, because we've got the 2 of Swords. So someone doesn't want to acknowledge this here. Someone or a collective group of people don't want to acknowledge. Now, can you see she's got her eyes closed again? We've got a common theme. The only time anyone's got their eyes fixed is on a very, 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 very small area, which is, can you see in the 8 of Coins? He's focused on one element of this. Tunnel vision, which is great. It's very Taurian energy. Tauruses are like bulls. I can testify to that. Especially when you've got Venus or you've got Mars or something in Taurus as well. That's when, yeah, and if you met my brother, you'd understand as well, because he's like a sloth, you know. And then when he wants to, he'll just keep going, because it's like we don't give up. But it's too narrow a focus. It's too much of a narrow. Someone's so determined to focus on a certain area, they're missing something. They're missing the energy this is in. It's all well and good focusing on this, but what's the environment it's in? Is it in a good environment? Is it good for you in your highest path? I feel like someone's missing something because they're not looking at the wider picture. The world is at the bottom of the deck. Someone's not really understanding. Someone's being shown something and they're not really understanding why they're being shown it. and they're not, because they don't fully understand it, they're not sort of sitting in that energy, feeling it out and trying to sit in your heart space and feel it out. They're just moving forwards because they're, you know, Two of Swords is very much that kind of blindfold energy, and actually this has been given an opportunity to sort of shield, to shed some of that devil energy, that lower vibrational energy. But this is actually a bit of a comfort blanket for some people, because it means it's the tried and tested way. It's change. Some people don't like change, especially Tauruses. Tauruses tend to hate change. And because obviously we are in that energy, we are in Taurus season, unfortunately sometimes, especially the excesses, Tauruses love food. They love the finer things. They love usually anything food and drink, usually. Again, I can testify to that as well. And they're just usually, this is very Taurus energy. It's like they're chugging along, they're focused on the goal, they're just going to keep going. And there's like probably carnage going on all around them, but they're just so fixed onto this one area. And what Spirit is saying is, don't forget walking the gold line, where you're looking, look up at some point and check what you're doing. And then if you feel like the environment's allowing you to, and you feel like this is still the goal you want to, you know, go towards, then look down and put the focus in. But don't blindly move forward, because you need to understand and check your surroundings. Otherwise, how are you going to know where you're going? Are you in a straight line? Are you heading back? Is this the right place? Like, am I here? It's like if you're going in a car, you don't just look into one point in the distance or to look at your sat nav. You'll start looking at your surroundings, because you, again, it's that self-awareness. This is essentially what they're talking about here. So wow, the Fountain. This is about tapping into something that has not actually been accessible before to you. This is it could be anything. It's anything of abundance is the Fountain. So this could be, again, manifestation. It can be, it's like a flow of energy that is readily available at any point in time, but you have to be at the right vibration to tap into it. And so this is what it's all. This is saying, do you want this thing? And if you do, adhere to that kind of first part where you're checking your environment first, then lock on and focus on what you want to manifest, because you'll get it, because you're in that energy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. My guides are taking a minute going, wow, 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 in my head as well. Okay, so do you remember when we were talking about the 8 of coins, and I said the next step would be a manifestation, but you'd have to, you know, sort of look around you first? 9 of coins. Can you see? It's like there's a peacock here. This is someone that's acknowledged. Can you see? She's now looking around. She's now fully aware of her environment. She's merged into her environment. She understands the environment she's in, because she's taken it's all well and good focusing on a goal, but if you're not balancing that, that can be a sticking point. But when you're in your alignment and when you're focused and you can sort of understand what the context of this all is, then comes your abundance. And interestingly, what they're saying is, even if it's like 5 years in the making, 7 of coins, which is again that kind of planting a seed and allowing it to grow. Can you see? This is someone that's trying to pick up all of these tangible energies, these coins, and they're moving and they're shifting. So this may have been a goal that you've been focusing on for a long, long, long time. A long, long time. It could be years that this was in the making, and you're so close, but they're just saying look up, as if to say, check your surroundings. Check your surroundings. You know, if you're walking around with your shoelaces untied, is that going to go well? It's that kind of detailing, because when we're looking up, we can notice that information, can't we? If we're just focused on that, we're going to be a bit distracted. So you're so close. You're so close. The manifestation is the Ace of Cups. This is about an emotional interaction here, something that is like a nourishing energy towards you, a heart-based energy. I'm just sitting in this energy because it's actually very nice. Sorry. Sometimes I pick up on an energy and I'm like, oh, I'm going to sit in that for a while. It's honestly really Yeah, look. Again, sit in your heart energy, because look, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Can you see she's immersed in this now? And it's not just the physical. She's not just immersed in the physical. She's not just immersed in the spiritual. There's a balance to this. She's got enough space for her to understand and see her surroundings. The war's not up to her neck, so she can see around her, but she can still feel. You know, there's still some accessibility that she can reach that isn't just, you know what I mean? But interestingly, the water goes from her root up to her sacral. There's a major sacral release, sacral chakra release going on here. Around your stomach area and above your stomach area, if you're feeling shifts around there, honor that, because they're talking about, and obviously when you're dealing with that kind of energy, to sort of really help that along, if you're eating foods that are orange or yellow, obviously orange for solar, for sacral, yellow for solar plexus, it's going to really ease that energy in, you know. So it's like there's a purging going on here. So watch for eating habits over the next couple, especially leading up to the full moon. Watch for eating habits. Also, ladies, sorry guys watching this, you're probably thinking, oh, for goodness sake, ladies, menstrual cycles here. This is there's going to be there's a shift. All right. This is also, there was an element, and obviously don't forget, if you're a masculine or a feminine, so let's say you're an emperor. Hello. Let's say you're an emperor, you have to have all 4 kings in order for you to align with that emperor energy. And again, same with the empress energy, that kind of, you have to have all 4 queens. So emotions, cups, swords, that kind of very, you know, defensive, verbal kind of, you're able to handle yourself. Wands, that action, that very kind of dynamic energy. And then there's obviously pentacles, which is someone that's got their practical matters under wraps. They got it all balanced. When you're, and the same with the men, when you're in that balanced energy, you can manifest. Now, it looks to me like someone here got into a bit of a routine where they weren't connecting with their emotional side. And because they were so determined to move forward, that it was like, I'm not going to tap into emotions, because what happens if I tap into my emotions? Am I going to be distracted by what's going on around me? No, because if you're tapped into this equally, you will be in alignment. Someone's got in their head that if they tap into their emotions, they're going to be thrown off track, and that it's scary for them. And so they don't do it. They don't look. They're pretending not to see something because it scares them. Someone is scared of something. Who's scared? You know, I was like, I'm going to see a cat in a minute. There's going to be a cat at my window, or a pigeon. Anyone who knows me, I've got this thing where cats and things like fly in my window. And I was living in a house once. It was obviously, my bedroom was on like the first or second floor. Literally looked out my window and it was dark. It was like nighttime. There was a cat on my windowsill on the first floor. Jamie, yeah, like exactly. Like I was talking to Jamie, and I saw the reflection of my hand in the mirror, and I thought it was a pigeon on the windowsill, because the mirror was reflecting something away from me, and I thought it was a cat or a pigeon, and I screamed. Anyway, so we need to move the mirror, because I keep looking and I keep thinking there's a cat that's about to come in all the windows are shut as well, so we're good. Because I've actually got a video of a cat in my driveway. It was pitch black with it's just its eyes staring at me, and I'm like, am I missing something here? Literally, it wouldn't come in my garden. It was like there was a standoff going on, and it was just staring with like its bright eyes. Jamie, why? Is this a Scorpio thing? What is this? It's like and I don't know what that's about, but I used to have it a lot. Cats just following me everywhere. I'm not going to lie, I don't like them. I'm going to train a cat to go to your window. Luke, you don't have to. They already do. This is a real thing. This is an actual real life thing. This is not like a joke. This is, in fact, I'm going to collate all of my photograph and my photographic evidence. I'm going to post them in because it is, and they're all different cats. Weird. The one on my driveway that wouldn't come in my garden, that was just staring at me with his freaking green eyes. I was like, the heck? Jamie, I don't know if look, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be very honest. So there's an issue with me and cats, right? This goes back to Egypt. I used to keep big cats in Egypt as pets, and they ate me. And I'm not even trolling. This is actually real. They ate me. There's different ones, yeah. And I'm being serious. They did actually eat me. So now we've got a thing going on here, and yeah, I'm getting distracted. They are different cats. And do you know what? It was when I moved from Ipswich to here, where I'm at, and this is like the east to the south. So why are they coming? It's like they told their mates to go get them. I was like, the heck is this? Yeah, it's Stacey. It's not good, is it? Exactly. That's not good at all. Are you talking about me being eaten or me being chased by cats? Now it's settled down a little bit. We've got birds are the new ones. It's now birds. And actually I like birds, so we're good. Yeah, the birds are fine. I can handle birds. They follow me to the shops. I've got all birds that follow me, and I'm like, I am a weirdo, but just ignore that there's loads of birds around me. But I want to get some birds. Anyway, I digress. There's obviously a reason I'm going off about this, but there must be a reason. I'm allergic, and they always want to rub up against me. Yeah, few people I know are allergic to those kind of cats and stuff, and it's like my friend was really allergic, and she's got like 7 stray cats that live with her now, and I'm like, can't be that allergic. Yeah, I'm hearing Mary Poppins feed the birds. Oh my goodness. No, don't worry. Leave that one. That comment's fine. Jamie, that's actually really interesting. Do you know, I might have to watch the old Mary Poppins now. I still haven't watched the Disney films that you told me to watch. I haven't watched any of them. I've literally, even though I took a self-care weekend, I didn't watch any of them. This is what I mean by I can't remember what I did. What did I do? I spoke to my sister in Australia. That was nice. Right, let's get on. What's going on with these cards? Oh my goodness. Aha. This is now when I'm getting like major goosebumps. This got to be a wind up. Is there any birds? No. Look. Oh my goodness. 10 of Cups and the Empress. Wow. Can you see on this card, there's like a staircase here. It's like each step was lit so they can see their path. So they're aware of their environment. It's conscious. There's a mindful energy to this. It's staying in that present moment, going up a step, looking at the surroundings, integrating what's been learned, understanding why, any thoughts coming into sort of awareness, allowing them to drift off, sitting in that emotion, going up into the next step. It's a very conscious type of decision that's taken place here, but it's within the emotional realm. And because of that conscious awareness of what is, Jamie, yeah, exactly. What did I just say about the Empress? Yeah, Empress. This is a total alignment with all 4 kings and queens. Now, again, this is feminine energy, but if you're male, you can still be. I mean, look, we're all both male and female, just FYI, and we're both light and dark. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this physical reality because we're made up of, we're an equal, ideally meant to be an equal balance of both. But when you are in, and again, for the men, this is the Emperor. So the masculine, that kind of divine, this is the divine counterpart energy. This is like you've transmuted anything low vibrational. You've worked through any of the areas of weaknesses that you need to work through. And don't forget with anything, it's about tipping a balance. If you're wanting to manifest something, if you do the work and it outweighs the wound or the energy that's against you or against that energy to put you into alignment, if you're outweighing that, then it means that's it. Boom, you got it. And this is pure manifestation energy. This is like you're in your heart space and you're manifesting, you're co-creating. Now, obviously, in the 4th dimension, that is a very co-creational type of energy. Because again, this is 4th dimension. This is so 4th dimensional energy. where it's like you're not of the physicality, you know, you're not of your only of your physical, but you're not just of the spiritual. You're not in 9D or anything. You're in this sort of merged energy. You're in this kind of wash of both, where it's still tangible, but we're losing track of time, and we're leaving the matrix. Yeah. Well done. Anyone who's been doing the emotional work, well done. Well done. Because this is essentially this is like a snapshot of what you did to get to that point. Because there'll be some people that have reached this, and again, take the roles as you know, as fit. So if you're not feminine, if you're a masculine, then obviously the Emperor is for you, you know. If you're a feminine, then I mean, look, I hate this the stereotypical side of things, just throw it out the window. Whatever you identify with as a more divine archetype of you, Empress or Emperor, that's you. Sod the labels. Yeah, you know what I mean? Do you know, can we just all be telepathic already so I don't have to use words? Because honestly, I've always hated labels. Are such a three-dimensional thing anyway. And this is why all of it, because you know when you kind of go into your awakening and they're like this, the word starseed comes up, you see all these people that get so projected out into that energy, and it's like, that's brilliant, but you're on Earth. You need to balance the two. If you're always up in the ethers, what about your present sort of energy that you're in, the practical matters of what you're doing? You have to adhere to both sides, because otherwise you wouldn't have a body, you wouldn't be here, there wouldn't be an incarnation. And it's the same with anything on the spiritual journey. You have to make sure there's a balance and a grounding to it, because otherwise it's like what I was saying the other day about when people, you know, going through this dark night of the soul and they go through that kind of awakening, they're shot out into this spiritual arena and they don't do any of the shadow work. And then when people are talking about shadow work, they go, oh, you shouldn't be focusing on that. Well, of course I should, because this is my integrated part of me that needs to be understood, worked through, and then taken into the light, because then we're able to reach further within our light selves to get to where we need to go. Otherwise, what's the point of all this? Should we just pretend everything that was bad before us didn't happen, and then we don't accept ourselves, and then we can't understand fully why we're here, and then we can't really understand where we're going? In order to understand your now, you have to understand your past. And in order to know where you're going, you have to understand your present and your past. And end of story. It doesn't. And this is the thing in psychotherapy, which, yes, I am a trained psychotherapeutic practitioner and I'm a hypnotherapist. They always do that. They will always look at the past. They'll look at the present. They'll look at the past, and then they'll look at the future. And it's not to kind of create an anxiety or a depressive energy. It's to work through things, because it's like going, I really want this. I really want this cherry on the top. I want my ultimate dream, but actually I'm wounded from something that happened 10 years ago. But I know the timeline I'm on is going to be great. And it's like, well, okay, but if the timeline you're on is from a wounded place that hasn't been transmuted, what is your outcome going to be? Is it going to be a positive outcome? Or is there going to be potentially things you're going to have to work through? Of course, there's going to be things you have to work through. If you're still in a wounded place, the outcome is going to be reflection of that. If you've transmuted and healed that wound place, is the outcome going to be a reflection of that? Yes. And that is why whenever anyone says to me, and this is why I love Steve Noble, because Steve Noble's totally on the same wavelength as me with that. Whenever anyone goes, oh, you shouldn't be focusing on the negative. Sorry, that's part of me. You're damn right I'm focusing on the negative. That's built me to who I am. You know, I have to acknowledge all of me. There was a time when I couldn't. Luke, I already know Jamie and Luke are gonna wet themselves laughing here, but this is real. There was a point in time when I used to look in the mirror, I couldn't even look into my own eyes because I scared myself. That's bad. That's not a good thing. It was like, I'm scared of what I can do, you know. I'm actually scared of what I can do. Now I'm fine. But that was a real thing, because there was wounds that I had to acknowledge, and I had to go right in there. And as a Scorpio moon, and any Scorpios are going to know, they are not nice wounds, because Scorpios are like the people that people throw every type of thing at, and they still keep coming. This is why I'll always love Scorpios, because you guys are like the phoenix rising from the ashes at every opportunity. I love that. Yeah. Nourishment of self, Page of Cups. This is about an acknowledgement of you loving you, or you understanding you. Now, can you see there's a cup on this box? There's an unknown energy inside this box that's tangible, but the person's just staring at the cup. What are you afraid of? What is making you afraid? Luke's laughing. What is making you afraid? What is within you that makes you afraid? Because this is going to be that's probably why they've given me this card. It's like there's something here beneath the surface here that's that they're not sure about. And again, if you're not in that kind of Queen of Cups energy, based on your past, what actions have you not balanced out? Justice and Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords being that very cutting type of energy. She can be, or he can be, an air sign, so Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, but also very articulate, can be very articulate, very able to kind of communicate and defend themselves. But the Queen of Swords can also be a bit of a bitch, you know, can also be someone who doesn't take any crap, you know. With Justice, this is about a balance. This is about a balance. This is actually getting so funny. Can you see she's got her sword ready? Are they calling us Scorpio bitches here? What is going on? I mean, I own it, so it's fine. I mean, look, I'm female, so you know. Right, Justice, Queen of Swords. Balance. There's something going on here that's a potential for a trigger, all right? This is the energy I'm picking up on. Be careful you're not leaning too much into that Queen of Swords energy. They certainly are, but standard for me. I'll be honest with you. This is the thing. I always say I prefer someone who is straightforward and is going to say what they mean, because then you know. There is no surprises. There is no confusion. You are aware. However, there's a balance to that. And personally, I would rather have someone be real with me than sort of sugarcoat stuff and just not really say anything to me. They certainly are, but standard for me. What else is going on, please, Spirit? What else do we need to be aware of? Wow. Wow. There's an end of something happening. Someone's ending something. Ten of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles. There's an ending to something tangible. Ten of Swords, end of a cycle. End of something mentally that was restrictive. Ace of Pentacles, the beginning of something tangible, a physical change. Someone's undergoing a physical change. Could be a change of location. So it's anything physical. So change of job, change of, you know, maybe there's an increase in money, but there's a change going on. It could be a change of home. Then we've got the Hermit, the Three of Coins in the reverse, and the Queen of Cups. Someone was putting something off that was of an emotional nature here, Hermit with the Queen of Cups, that was emotionally nourishing for them, okay? But they didn't want to acknowledge it, because the Hermit's very much about going within and understanding and finding the inner light. In order, because it's like there's an option here that's needing to be phased out, because we've got the Three of Coins in the reverse. This is Three of Pentacles. So this is about contracts. This can be about third parties. It can be about contracts, but it's like there's an emotionally nourishing situation that someone didn't acknowledge, but because they now are understanding that, they're having to close out something. But with that comes a transition energy. So it's death. It's like there's a rebirth going on. Someone's undergoing a rebirth. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Pentacles. Someone is focusing on something because they know they want to close it out. The Moon. Wow. The Moon, the full moon. So the 7th of May. This is definitely, look, if there was ever a Scorpio moon card, it would be this one, surely. Is that a dog? It looks like there's like a ghost dog at the beginning, like right at the front of that picture. Can you see that? This to me looks like the full moon in Scorpio, especially because half of it you can't quite see. That's very Scorpionic. But interestingly, this, what I've just mentioned, is coming to a climax around the 7th. The world, look, the end of something. The cycle has been closed. Can you see? We've got two circular kind of energies here. Yeah, okay, it does look like a wolf, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like a wolf howling. There is actually a moon called the wolf moon, but this is actually called the flower moon. The next moon we've got is called the flower moon. Let's see. Now, don't forget, wolves, they hunt in packs, don't they? They hunt in packs. So, yeah, the wolf moon is actually a January moon, all right? There's something around the wolf here. There's an energy of truth coming out. In fact, oh my goodness, there's two of them. Look in that card. Look, can you see there? There's a white one. But look on the other side, there's a dark one, a yin and yang. There's two energies calling to each other. They're calling to each other. They're calling their pack. Come on. They're calling their pack. They're calling in their soul family. And I just realised this one's got their boobs out. I just realised it's gone. Hello. I don't quite know why they needed to put that card like that, but that's totally distracted me. Yeah. But that's how Gemini, that's very Gemini, isn't it? It's a very Gemini energy. Virgo and Gemini. It's a very, do you know what's really interesting here as well is, can you see the pillars that are on that card? They're not symmetrical. It's like this. If I was leading the card like that, it would look these here are more symmetrical. There's an alignment. This is an alignment, but it's done via the moon. There's an emotional alignment that's taking place. I love these cards. No wonder they wanted me to use these cards. They're so sneaky. How do they know this? Actually, of course they know this stuff, and it, you know, and you just kind of like, how do you know all this stuff? Because they know. Wow. And I'm going to be really honest with you. Whatever this alignment is, it's big. Because I can... Does anyone else feel... It's like brewing. This is like brewing here. Hi, Ripon. Something's brewing in the air. I'm going to put it like that because I don't know. There was an imbalance. It's slowly being shifted. There's a slow recalibration that's taking place because it's needed. It's needed. But whatever this brings for everyone's going to be different because obviously it's a general reading. There's a closure of a cycle here. Excuse the boobies. But can you see she's sat on this, again, a sphere. But can you see within the sphere, very much Wheel of Fortune type of vibes here. This is very much about fate and destiny. This is a fated cycle that was inevitable. Fate, Wheel of Fortune, destiny, the wheel turns, the energy shifts. Awareness. And Luke, what were we saying last night, and what did you say to me? We need to wait for the full moon because there's going to be a shift. Well, yeah, this is it. Now, is everyone's problems going to disappear and be like, we're out of lockdown if you're in lockdown, and then the COVID-19's disappeared? No. Can we just be real for a minute? Sorry to be blunt, but let's take it a step at a time here. But is there going to be an emotional release that is needed? Yes. And it's really warranted, because don't forget, you've got a lot of energies that have been building up over, especially Aries season. We didn't have a release yet. There's been so much aggressive energy from Aries season. The release hasn't happened yet. And there's a lot of built up, pent up frustration going on that this moon is going to release. Because again, the emotions. Hi, unique life. Yes, full moon, bring it on. Oh, yes. And do you know, I love a Scorpio moon because, yes, I was born on a full moon. And yes, I love the moon. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. This is someone who is, look, they've why has my mind gone totally blank? They're trying to put something else in my head here. Someone's, who's blocking my head? Someone's expectations are going to be different. Someone's assuming something here. I can hear another guide talking to me, trying to block my thoughts. Someone has really captured their essence in a way that I don't think they've realized or done before. Someone is really come into their own power here. Look at that energy. This is very Metatron as well. This is very, I'll be honest with you, very Brotherhood, very Melchizedek. They've called something in. They've called something back to them. Someone's gained their power back. And I'm just hearing, oh, do you know, every time I talk about this full moon, it's like I get goosebumps because this is some heavy energy. This is some real intense energy here that's coming up. Right, let's see what else is going on here. And then we'll pull some oracle cards. I feel like someone's holding on to something. Oh, yeah. This is insane. Someone has tried to hold on to something because they knew if they let it go or if they move through it, that there'd be a collapse of a situation. 4 of coins with Tower. This is possibly a domestic environment, a solid, practical kind of work situation, something that needed to be released because they were scared. Hi, Ray Ray. They were scared that if they did work through this or release it, it would cause a problem or a commotion. Now, what it is someone is stepping away from competition here. 5 of Wands with the 8 of Cups. That someone is moving away from having this competitive energy. Whatever it was that needed to be released, they're working through it now because it's needed. Whatever they're holding on to, I feel like they're understanding that there's a sacrifice. It's like they know they have to release something in order to gain something else. There was too much competitive energy that was building up. Someone doesn't feel understood here. Someone doesn't feel understood. They're holding on to security because they feel like that was their only option, but they've realized it's not. And if they haven't already, they're going to realize on this full moon that what they were holding on to was not tangible. It wasn't real. It was an illusion. It was like this. It's like a false security blanket is being revealed. A false, you know, you get like if you go into like a safe and there's like a false floor and you lift it up and there's more stuff underneath. This is what is being tapped into here. It's like what I thought was my security measures aren't, and actually what I thought wasn't my security measures is me. You know, someone is shifting their perspective around how they view themselves, their security, and what means something to them. And it's like they're letting go of anything that doesn't mean something, because it's like whatever this was, they were hanging on to it in a very attached kind of codependent energy that actually wasn't serving anyone, and it was a little bit unhealthy. And it actually isn't even their security, because what they've realized is by doing that, they're blocking something else. Because you can't, put it this way, you're holding on to something so tight. What happens if you get a blessing thrown at you? Are you going to be able to catch it? No, because you don't have any hands free. If you're holding on to something so tight on this side, let's say, or holding on like you're holding on to a rope, holding on to something, and something is coming your way, are you able to get it? No, because your hands aren't free. This is that energy. Someone's going, well, hang on, what's on this rope? Is there something tangible at the top of this rope, or is there more air? How much more rope is there? And so they're climbing this rope, and there's blessings coming, but they can't get to them. And they reach near the top and they're like, oh, actually, I can see what's at the top now. And I don't know if this is actually for me. But do you remember when I said about how someone's so focused on one area? It's like they're looking at this rope. They've got all these other blessings coming past them, but they can't see it because they're just focused on climbing this one rope. That is being released. That is being released. Bottom of the deck, Chariot. We are under control here. We are recalibrating. The Emperor has realigned into his true or her true nature. Obviously, we have the Empress. Now we've got the Emperor. These are counterparts. This is someone, look, they've reached the top. The Emperor's reached the top. And he's showing the effects of what was made, what was built, what was tangibly kind of received. Yeah. Very Metatron energy. Again, the universal grid. This is, you know, the ethers, the higher dimensions. It's like they can see clearly now. There's a clearer kind of vision here because they're not just focused on one bit of rope. They've stopped, they've looked around and gone, hang on, there's something not quite right. They've tuned into that kind of heart space energy because it's in alignment with their heart and it's not, you know, their eyes aren't shut anymore. And then they reach the top, realize it wasn't for them, and then now they've let it go to receive their blessing. Right, let's pull some oracle cards here. Let's pull some oracle. Let's see what else wants to come through. What are we doing? Starseed. Let's go with the Starseed oracle. I know they want us to balance this out a little bit, but not that one or that one. Not that one. Right, so what are we doing then? Nature's Whispers? Yes, they want more earth-based. Okay, so this is more earth-based. Right, Nature's Whispers. This is a deck by Angela Hartfield and Josephine Wall. Let's have a look. Outcomes, please, Spirit. Outcomes. Outcomes, please. What is the outcome, please, Spirit? What is the information that's on this card? Here we go. I can hear it. Wait for it. Wait for it. God, my guides are so dramatic. Seriously. Why? Extra. Right. Oh my goodness. This is so sweet. Look, open your heart. Oh my goodness. This is a look. Can you see the swan? Don't swans mate for life? Is it just me that's made that up? Someone has. Look at this card, man. This card is insane. Someone's surrendering to something else. It's like they're a wet. Oh my goodness! Look, one's there. Oh look, it's so sweet. Number 10. That's a number 1 card as well. Should we read it from the book? I feel like I want to read this from the book. I'm going to get goosebumps. I already know. It says, the truth of our world, nature and environment is love. This is eternal love that makes no demands, has no expectations, and does not place limits or conditions on us. There is an opportunity for each and every person to experience love at this deepest level if they are willing to be open. Love can and will flow into your heart, but only if you allow it. It will change your perception, nurture and hold you, and even give you the strength to endure hardship. Take a moment, open your heart, and allow love to bring you joy, serenity, renewed energy, passion, and total unrelenting happiness. Oof. What's the picture in the bottom left? That's one of my guides that I drew. This is one of my guides. Owl. He's an owl, obviously. Oh, on the card. That's so funny. Bottom left. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong card. Are you talking about top or bottom? Are you talking about this? This. It's an egg. It looks like an egg with a little girl in it. There's cherubs. It looks like 1, 2, 3 cherubs inside an egg. Oh, and as all that, cannot wait to get a new webcam, FYI. We're going to be here all night, you know that, don't you? Hang on, let's start from the basics here. Oh my goodness, I'm already getting annoyed with this now. Yes, can you see? 3 wings, 3 cherubs in an egg. There's 3 cherubs, 1 at the bottom. There's 2 little heads on the right-hand side and 1 at the bottom. There's 3, right? Can everyone see that? Is this what you were looking at? That was a mission. Does anyone need me to interpret that? The egg with the kids in it. Does anyone need? Listen, guys, if you're getting it on over, just please be careful over Scorpio moon season. Just FYI. Just a public service announcement. Scorpio season, the Scorpio moon, the full moon on the 7th. Just FYI, be careful. There's 3 of them. Shall I pull another card? Let's do one more card. Joanna. Wow. Ideal course of action. So if you've got something, look, ideal course of action. Someone's got something in their head they want to do, and it's like they're probably needing confirmation. Yes. Look. Yes. The answer is yes. She's got a chameleon on her head. I love chameleons. There's lots of different animals here as well. Flamingos, bears. They're talking about taking the next step. Someone's afraid to take a next step because of what's going to be involved. And the answer to that is hope and happiness. This is the second card that came out. More birds. Wow. Boom. Boom. She is of the earth. He is of the earth. They have allowed themselves to resign, to surrender into what is. She is a reflection of what is before her. He is a reflection of what is before him. There's a shift. There's an earth shift as well. This is not just on a singular level where someone's deciding. There's the earth deciding too. Okay, guys, this was your reading for today. Hopefully that's been of some assistance. Virgo is going up later, next few hours. That will be up on the channel for the month of May. And then we'll be continuing. Probably going to be adding an additional video about Bojo. No worries. Yeah, lives back on Friday. Obviously Monday, Wednesday, Friday we're doing the lives for while we're in lockdown. Thank you for everyone to sort of join us here. I appreciate all the mods. Shout out Kate and Luke for the help, much appreciated. Thank you for all your likes, shares and subscriptions. It means a lot to me, and take good care of yourselves, and until next time.